10 TV News at 4 starts with breaking news. Within the past hour, we've received an update from Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and Ohio State Highway Patrol about that deadly crash on Interstate 70. Now, the AP is reporting that 3 people have died and 15 others were injured. Ohio State Highway Patrol says they are waiting to give an update on the total number of victims until all families have been contacted. Thanks for joining us for 10 TV News at 4. I'm Yolanda Harris. Now, our crews have been on the scene at the site of the crash for more than 7 hours, and where state leaders have been updating us all afternoon. Right now, 10 TV's Lacey Crisp is on the State Route 310 overpass on I-70, where the scene is still very active this evening. Lacey?
That's right, Yolanda. Emergency crews are still on this scene here, and as heartbreaking as it is to see those mangled, burned out vehicles, we still don't know how horrific this crash is in terms of those total number of injured and dead. Now, this crash happened on I-70 around 9 o'clock this morning. The Ohio State Highway Patrol is working on investigating what caused the 5-car crash, but dozens of fire departments from around the area raced to the scene to rescue dozens of people, including children, from the fiery crash. We know a Pioneer Trail charter bus carrying band students from Tuscarawas Valley Local School was on the way to a conference in Columbus, was involved. In total, the Ohio State Highway Patrol says 18 people were transported to 7 hospitals, and the Associated Press is reporting at least 3 people died in this crash. I spoke with Tori Wilson, a sophomore who was in the third to the last row on that bus. She explained the junior high band director kept running onto the burning bus, grabbing students and pulling them to safety. Tori had to hoist herself through a window to safety.
And then someone said, something about a fire and, this is an emergency, like, we got to get out of here. And I was like struggling because I couldn't move because I was stuck. And I had a kid overtop me having a seizure and not moving, unresponsive. I had my friend beside me to my right that was sitting right to where I was gonna sit, but she said that I could have the inside towards the window, and all I could see was her head, and the rest was all crushed underneath seats. And the kid behind me, because there was three seats behind me, because it went 2 and then the very last row had 3. The kid behind me was complaining his legs, and I was trying to get out, but I didn't want to crush him because anytime I moved, the seats moved because I was trying to get out. And then you start screaming in pain. And then the kid that was on the far right of the 3, he was in the middle of the aisle and not moving.
And Tori's mom tells me she's just relieved that both of her children who are on that bus are okay. But she tells me her heart absolutely goes out to all of the families who have been impacted by this crash. 10 TV's Colin Dorsey was at that press conference with Governor DeWine. Colin, what did the governor have to say?
Yeah, Lacey, the governor certainly was pretty emotional today during what he had to say to us. But first, I want to talk a little bit about the traffic that we're seeing as it's being routed off I-70. Right now, I-70 still closed in both directions. And just behind me, you can see how much traffic. It's been stop and go here all afternoon long as they're routing people down 310, either to Route 205 or Route US 40. And that's what we're seeing there. But in that news conference, we heard from Governor DeWine twice today. He was here a little more than an hour ago after talking with families involved over at a nearby church. Now, it's no secret that Governor DeWine lost his daughter in 1993 to a car crash. So the gravity of today was certainly personal, knowing just what that feels like as a parent.
That this is our worst nightmare when we have a bus full of children involved in a crash. And it certainly is the worst nightmare that families can endure.
Now, Ohio State Highway Patrol has remained pretty tight-lipped about the number of people either injured or killed in this accident. They're waiting on everyone to be notified first. But as we told you a little bit ago, the Associated Press right now still reporting that 3 people have died and at least 15 were injured in that crash today. Live in Licking County, Colin Dorsey, 10 TV News.
All right, Colin, thank you. And now we do know that according to the Associated Press, 15 people were sent to the hospital, and we know there were more than 50 students on that charter bus at the time. Early this morning, students who were still at the scene left on school buses. 10 TV's Tara Jabor is at the staging area for families to reunite their loved ones involved in this crash. And Tara, what have you seen so far today?
Yeah, Yolanda, we're here at the Etna United Methodist Church. This is where families came to meet up with their children. Obviously, there's just a few cars left in the parking lot behind me, but earlier today, we did see families reuniting. We saw people hugging. We did see people crying. Of course, it's a very emotional day for these people. I spoke to one family who told me that the 2-hour drive to this church was terrifying, and they're thankful that their kid is okay, but they said they can't imagine what other families are going through. Now, we also saw a van here for the Red Cross. They were bringing drinks and snacks for the students and their families. The Ohio State Highway Patrol is here, along with the West Licking Fire Department. Now, again, there's just a few cars left, so we're not sure if there are still kids waiting here to be reunited with their families. We did see the Red Cross leave the scene just a few minutes ago. Reporting live in Licking County, Tara Jabor, 10 TV News.
All right, Tara, thank you. Just a heartbreaking situation out there. Now, those students were from Tuscarawas Valley Local School District. The superintendent releasing a statement after that crash saying there's going to be some hard days ahead. 10 TV's Doug Petcash joins us live in the studio with more on that tonight. Doug?
Yolanda, those in the Tuscarawas Valley School District are known as the Trojans. This morning, Superintendent Derek Varansky said their Trojan family is strong and the community is rallying around them. A prayer vigil will be held at 7 o'clock tonight at the Tuscarawas Valley Football Stadium. We've learned the student population there at the high school is 329 in grades 9 through 12. Keep in mind, more than 50 students were on the bus. The student population, the total population in the district's 4 schools is just over 1,250. The school district is located in Mineral City, Ohio. As we mentioned earlier, the bus was heading to the Ohio School Boards Association conference at the Columbus Convention Center. The crash happened about 25 miles away on I-70 in Licking County. That conference, by the way, has been canceled in light of the crash. Superintendent Varansky posted a statement on the district's website after the crash this morning. He said, "I have devastating and heartbreaking news to report. Today, a charter bus carrying Tuscarawas Valley students and chaperones on the way to the Ohio School Boards Association conference in Columbus was involved in a very serious accident." He went on to say, "Right now our focus is on getting in touch with our Tuscarawas Valley families who had loved ones on the bus and providing support to our entire school community. Our Trojan family is strong and it will take that strength and love to get through these coming challenging days." The district has not updated the statement as of a few minutes ago, but again, there will be that prayer vigil at 7 o'clock at the football stadium. State and local leaders have also been offering their condolences and support to the victims, their families, and the school district. Hear what some of them have to say coming up at 4:30. Live in the studio, Doug Petcash, 10 TV News.
All right, Doug, thank you. Now, this has had traffic stopped on both sides of Interstate 70 near State Route 310 for more than 7 hours so far. Gabriela Garcia is here in the studio. And Gabby, what are those workarounds?
Yeah, good morning, Yolanda. Here's a look at this ODOT camera that is flipping around a little bit right now. It looks like it's now pointed at 310 just off of I-70 here, and it looks like it may flip around in the next few minutes. But you see emergency vehicles even stationed at 310. Now, like you mentioned, Yolanda, this has been 7 hours of a closure, and I remember those heavy plumes of smoke reporting on this in our last cut-in during CBS this morning. But I-70 still shut down now for 7 hours at 310 in both directions here because of that crash, because of those ensuing vehicle fires. 2 different detours here. Folks are being diverted from I-70 westbound to 158 there. And on those eastbound lanes, folks are being diverted onto State Route 310. Now from there, you can either take US 40 or you can take State Route 204. But either way, these detours are usually not equipped to handle highway traffic. So keep that in mind. you're going to see some delays on that roadway in Licking County. Back to you.
All right, Gabby, thank you. To stay up to date with this story, you can stay tuned to 10 TV throughout the evening. And if you want to listen to the full news conference from this afternoon, just head to our website, 10tv.com. Our crews will remain on scene for the next several hours, and we'll have another update for you at 4:30.